Hello, my beloved family. Happy Wednesday to you. I hope that you're having a beautiful week. And if you're not, I hope that this message inspires you and encourages you to keep moving through the difficult places of your life and of what God is doing in this season for you. I don't know what you're going through, but I know we all go through ups and downs in life. I'm understanding and learning that the human experience comes at a bit of a cost sometimes. It comes with difficulty and trial, and most times when we're going through it, it's very easy to isolate and to believe that maybe we're the only ones that are struggling the way that we are, and that if we were vulnerable and open and honest about how we're feeling, that it would make it all too real, or that we wouldn't be able to come back from those incredibly painful and uncomfortable feelings. But I just want to shed some light into mental health today, because I had been trying to film all these videos and all these things, and it just hasn't worked. And I feel like God is saying, step back from the superficial beauty stuff. I love skincare, you guys. I love makeup. I love fashion. But I don't love it as much as I love Jesus. I love Jesus because He is the one who can calm me on a really difficult night. He is the one who gives me worth. He is the one who I can run to no matter what, and He doesn't cost anything. He doesn't require anything of me. He takes me as I am. And I just want to tell you today that if you're struggling or having a hard time, I just suggest putting your burden onto the Lord, onto God, just saying, God, help me. Wherever your relationship is with God, I do believe that God is an amazing Father who is so kind. He's so gentle, and He's so on time with everything that He orchestrates in our lives. And whether you're feeling stuck or frustrated or feeling like your life isn't going anywhere, or that you're just frustrated at everything that you're trying to do and it hasn't worked out, I understand how you feel. And I just want to say that God has the ability to have breakthrough in those moments of frustration, and that there is a place for your pain, that God isn't just going to say and brush it off and say, oh, don't feel like this, or what you're feeling is stupid, or other people are going through harder times than you. I hear that so often from people, and sometimes in the communities that I'm in, of, well, I have nothing to complain about because this person's going through this hardship and I shouldn't complain. God is just interested in you. God is just interested in all the parts that you're struggling with right now. Whether somebody else has it worse than you or less worse than you, that's not a barometer for God's mercy and love for your life. God is just so interested in seeing where we're at right this second. He's so compassionate, and His mercy, He is like a loving Father who bends low to give His ear to us, to just listen to what we have to say, and to heal the parts, the broken parts and spaces that need to be healed. Because when you don't heal, it's like this pus just inside of your heart, not allowing you to become the fullness of what God meant for you to do in this life. God called you to do something. If you're alive and you're watching this and you're breathing and you have life, that means that there's a purpose for your life, that there's a reason why you are here. And sometimes it's so frustrating, because it'd be so nice if God just wrote us a letter and He wrote everything that we needed to get done and accomplish, and it was just a to-do list and you could just check it off, right? It would be so easy if it were that way. But I don't think that we would learn as much as we learn when we discover and uncover aspects of ourselves and God through the difficulty of life. And here's the deal. Life will be 50% of the time uncomfortable feelings, and then the other 50% of the time it will be amazing feelings. But if we distract, and if we try so hard to just always be on, or whatever it is, I don't know what you struggle with to buffer your difficult emotions. But what I mean by that is, for example, I notice in myself when I began to be frustrated, when I'm bored, when I feel anger, when I feel frustration that I don't know how to do something, when seasons are changing, like right now my kids are growing up, going to elementary school, no more babies. There's a lot of change in my life. Even in my career, like I'm asking God for guidance in certain areas and everything like that. And I feel like there's just this massive change that is happening in my life. And when I feel that way and I don't feel secure and I feel like everything's out of my control, and that's my tendency, is just that I just want to control things because I feel safe when I'm in control. But am I really in control? No, I'm not. God's in control ultimately of everything. So when things aren't going my way, I feel really frustrated. And guess what? I go to food. I used to. I'm going to say I used to go to food because we're learning and we're figuring things out and we're not going through the same patterns and old patterns that I used to do before. But yeah, I used to go to self-harm to feel better. I used to cut my arms and my legs because I didn't know how to process difficult emotion. I used to deal with bulimia, and those things God has healed. God has healed so many aspects of me, and he continues to do that. He's continuing to do this big healing in my life. And I just want to encourage you, no matter where you're at, no matter how frustrated you might be, God is with you, and he's going to help you to sort out any of those uncomfortable feelings, and to know that you can handle big and difficult emotions. You can handle pain, you can handle grief, you can handle difficulty and challenge, and you can handle things changing, because God will never change. That is the hope. I love you so much. Have a happy Wednesday. I'll see you next week.